Hi, my name is Bruce Gregg. I am a commercial mediator, and this is one of a series of videos providing some quick tips for mediation advocates. So that's solicitors or barristers who are representing clients at mediation. This video is about making sure your client understands their BATNA and WATNA, the best alternative to a negotiated agreement and the worst alternative to a negotiated agreement. Now, this might sound like negotiation 101 and it's completely obvious, but in my experience, it's quite common for parties to a mediation to not have really gone through this particularly carefully. A claimant with, let's say, $100 grand claim will typically see their claim something like this. If they win, they get 100 grand. And if they lose, they get nothing. So they see the range of possible outcomes as between 0 and 100. After speaking to you, they understand it's not quite as simple as that. There is some risk if they lose, and there's some kind of cost they might be exposed to, yada, yada. And so they start to think, okay, well, maybe if I lose, it's not 0. I might be down some amount of money. Maybe I'm down 20 grand. But if I win, I'm up 100. Then they listen to you a little bit more carefully, and it starts to look something like this. If they lose, it's not that they're down 100 grand. They're going to have to contribute to the other side. Sorry, not down 20 grand. They're going to contribute to the other side's costs. Let's say costs on each side of 50 grand to go to trial. So if they lose, they're going to pay 2/3 of the other side's costs, and they've got to pay their own costs. So they're going to be down 85K. It's going to look something like that. They don't win anything. They've got to pay 2/3 of the other side's cost, 35K, and they've got to pay their own cost, 30K. So they're down 85K. If they win 100K, and they win a costs award. They get some contribution to their costs. Let's say it's 35K, about 2/3 of what they've actually spent, but they've got to pay their costs of 50K. So they're actually going to be only getting net 85K, right? 100K award, 35K cost award. They've got to pay out their actual cost of 50K. So they're up 85K. So now the range of possible outcomes is between -85 and +85, which is very different to where your client started off thinking it was somewhere between 0 and 100. You can apply some probability estimates to that as well. So let's say you consider this to be a pretty strong claim, and you tell your clients you've got a 70% chance of winning if it goes to trial. So 70% of 85K is about 60K, and they've got a 30% chance of losing. 30% of 85K is about 25K or thereabouts. So it looks something like this. The expected value of losing is 30% of 85, which is 25. Expected value of winning is 70% of 85K, which is 60K. And the net expected value is therefore 35K, right? The net expected value of this claim with those figures: 70% chance of winning, 100 grand claim, 50 grand each side on costs. The net expected value is 35K. Now, if you stop there, your client might end up settling for too little, because they might take anything more than 35K and think, oh, that's a pretty good deal, and they take it and walk. But it's important to do the same exercise for the other side, because their numbers will look very different. So let's just quickly run through that. If the other side loses, they're going to have to pay out 100K. So they're going to be down 100K, and they're going to have to pay a contribution to your costs of 35K. You have to pay their own costs of 50K. So they're down, if the defendant loses, they're down 185K. If the defendant wins, they don't have to pay the 100 grand. They're going to get a contribution to their costs of 35K. They're going to have to pay out, though, their actual costs of 50K. So they're going to be still down 15K. So from the point of view of the defendant, the range of possible outcomes is something like worst case 185k they're paying out, best cases they're paying out 15k. So it seems likely that the defendant would settle for something quite a lot more than 35k, the expected value of the claimant's claim from the claimant's point of view. And of course, you can also add some probability numbers to what you estimate the defendant's chances are and so on, or what you think they will think their chances are. But the crucial point here is just to run through that exercise to make sure that it's really clear with your client what the parameters are, and so that your client can understand what really the worst case outcome is if they get a trial and what the best case outcome is. And by doing that, you should be able to help the negotiation between the two sides and hopefully settle the claim at mediation.